Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Smart English Podcast. I'm Mia, and I'm so happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Alex. It's great to be back, everyone.
Today, we have a super interesting and helpful topic for all of you learning English, especially our beginner listeners. Have you ever tried to order coffee or say something simple, but you think about it in your own language first? Then you translate it in your head, and finally you say it in English. It's a bit slow and can feel difficult, right?
Definitely. It happens to almost everyone when they first start learning a new language. It's a very common step.
Well, today we're going to talk about how to think in English. It might sound like a big, advanced idea, but it's really about making English feel more natural and easy for you. It's like finding a secret shortcut to speaking more fluently and confidently. Alex, I know you've been learning languages for a long time. What's your personal experience with trying to think directly in a new language, especially English?
That's a really great question, Mia, and a very important point for learners. For me, thinking in English was honestly a big step. When I first started learning English, I always translated everything in my head. I would hear a word or a sentence, and my brain would automatically go, okay, how do I say hola in English? Hello. It felt like I had two different brains working at the same time, one for my native language and one for English, and they were always talking to each other. It was slow and a bit tiring.
Yes, exactly. It's like having a little translator in your head, always working overtime, right?
Right, but when I truly started to consciously try and think in English, even with just very simple, basic things, I noticed a huge, immediate change. My speaking became much faster. I didn't stop and hesitate so much before speaking. The English words just seemed to come out more naturally, almost without me even thinking about them.
So it directly helps with your speaking fluency, you mean? You don't pause and search for words as much?
Exactly, Mia. That's a key benefit. And it also dramatically helps with understanding when someone speaks to you. Instead of hearing their words and then translating them into your native language before you can understand, you just understand them directly in English. It's like opening a direct communication line in your brain. It feels very smooth.
That makes perfect sense. It's like your brain doesn't have to do that extra difficult work of translating. It really saves mental energy.
Yes, definitely. And beyond that, it also makes you feel much more comfortable and connected with the language. It stops being just a school subject or something you study. It truly becomes a living, breathing part of you, a natural tool that you can use confidently every single day.
I completely agree. For me, personally, when I started thinking in English, even just simple thoughts, I felt a huge boost in confidence. It was like, wow, I can actually do this. This language is becoming mine. It really helps your self-belief. Okay, so we're convinced it's important, but how do we actually start this process? For our A1 to A2 listeners, what's a super simple first step they can take, Alex?
All right, the first and truly easiest step is to start with simple, everyday words. Don't try to think about complex sentences or grammar rules at first. Just name things you see around you in English. For example, look at your phone right now, and in your head, just think phone. Look at your hand, think hand. Look at the window, think window. It sounds almost too simple to be effective, but it's a powerful way to train your brain to connect objects directly with their English names.
Oh, I love that. It's like a little mental game you can play anywhere, anytime. So when you're washing dishes, you can silently think plate, spoon, water, or when you're walking outside, tree, car, dog, sky.
Exactly. And this is important. Don't worry if you don't know all the words for everything. That's totally okay. Just focus on the ones you do know. The goal is to start the habit. Another really useful tip is to describe simple actions you are doing. For example, I am walking, I am drinking coffee, I am listening to music, just in your head, silently as you do them.
That's super helpful. So it's like having a little inner monologue, as you mentioned before, but specifically focusing on what you're seeing and doing in the moment, all in English.
Precisely. And you can really use your entire daily routine for this. When you wake up in the morning, think, I wake up. When you brush your teeth, think, I brush my teeth. When you eat breakfast, think, I eat breakfast. These are things you do every single day without fail, so the English words and phrases become incredibly familiar and natural very quickly.
I think that's incredibly practical advice for beginners. Start small, start with what you see and what you do. And crucially, don't be afraid to just talk to yourself in your head. No one can hear you, so there's zero pressure.
That's the absolute best part. No pressure at all, no fear of making mistakes in front of others, just pure private practice. It's a safe space for your English.
What about describing feelings? Is that too hard for A1 to A2 learners?
Not at all, Mia. You can definitely start with very simple feelings. I am happy, I am tired, I am hungry, I am thirsty. These are all very common and easy to use. It helps you connect your daily emotions and sensations directly to English words, building that direct link.
Yeah, like when you open the fridge and think, oh, I'm hungry. What should I eat? It really does become a natural habit over time. Now, this sounds fantastic, but sometimes it's hard to keep up. What are some common challenges people face when trying to think in English, and how can they overcome them or keep going?
Good point, Mia. There will always be challenges, but they are totally manageable. The biggest challenge, in my opinion, is often the habit of going back to translating. Your brain is so used to your native language, so when you don't immediately know an English word, your brain's first reaction is to quickly translate it from your native language.
Yes, it's a very natural, almost automatic reaction for most learners.
Right, but the really effective trick here is to try to describe the word you don't know in English using words you do know. For example, if you don't know the word butterfly, instead of translating it, you can think, it's a small insect, it has beautiful wings, it flies in the garden, it's very colorful.
That's incredibly smart. It truly forces you to stay fully immersed in English and not translate.
Exactly. And another common challenge is feeling like it's too much effort, especially at the beginning. It does take mental energy at first, because it's a new habit. But remember, it's just like building a muscle in your body. The more you practice, the stronger that English thinking muscle becomes, and the easier it gets. Just commit to starting with maybe 5 or 10 minutes a day. That's a perfectly manageable amount.
5 or 10 minutes sounds very achievable. Not too much pressure, as you said.
And please, don't ever worry about making mistakes in your head. It's your completely private English practice. Nobody is listening to your thoughts, so just try and experiment. The primary goal here is not perfection in your inner thoughts. It's simply consistency in trying. That's what builds the habit.
I really, really like that advice, Alex. Consistency truly is key. Even if it's just apple, banana, orange every morning while you're making breakfast, it genuinely helps.
It really, really does. And before you know it, you'll find yourself thinking whole sentences or even having little internal conversations with yourself completely in English without even consciously trying. It just becomes an automatic, natural part of your daily thinking.
That's definitely the dream for all English learners, right? To just naturally think and then naturally speak in English. Before we finish, let's give our listeners some new useful words and phrases related to our topic, how to think in English.
Great idea, Mia.
Our first phrase is inner monologue. Alex, what does inner monologue mean?
Good one. Inner monologue means the conversation you have with yourself inside your head. It's your thoughts, your private talking. For example, when I walk my dog, I often have an inner monologue about my day.
Perfect. Next up, fluency. Fluency is very important when learning a language.
Yes, fluency means being able to speak a language easily, smoothly, and without stopping a lot. You speak naturally. For example, after practicing a lot, her English fluency improved greatly.
That's a great example. Our third one is boost confidence. What does that mean, Alex?
Boost confidence means to make someone feel more sure about themselves, to increase their self-belief. When you do something well, it boosts your confidence. For instance, speaking English every day helps to boost my confidence.
And for our last one, consistency. We talked about this a lot today.
Yes, Consistency means doing something regularly, always doing it the same way or at the same time. Not just once, but many times, over and over. For example, to learn English well, consistency in practice is very important.
Excellent. 4 great words for our listeners to practice: inner monologue, fluency, boost confidence, and consistency. So, to recap, thinking in English is a fantastic way to improve your fluency and confidence. Start small, name objects, describe actions, and talk to yourself in your head. Don't be afraid of mistakes, and remember that consistency is absolutely key.
It's a journey, but a very rewarding one that makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Smart English Podcast. We hope these tips truly help you on your English journey.
Keep practicing, everyone. You can do it.
If you liked this episode and found it helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel for more English tips and lessons, and leave a comment below. Tell us, do you try to think in English? What are your own tricks or challenges?
We love hearing from you and learning about your experiences.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.